Hello, guys. My name's Gil, and I am the founder of Subscriber. I am a software developer who's absolutely obsessed with YouTube as a platform, also obsessed with AI. I spend all of my waking moments thinking about how can I create amazing tools for YouTube creators using the very latest AI models. And if you've tried using ChatGPT, you may have found a ton of limitations. It also doesn't give you a structured workflow for how to create your content. So what I've done is taken all of the YouTube best practices and put them into a single platform. What I'm going to do for you today is walk you through the entire platform so you understand how it works and how you can use it to your advantage. First thing you can do is sign up to try it now free. There's a free trial here. After signing up, you should get to a page that's something like this. The key thing to know with Subscriber is it's got a chat interface and a script writing interface. So these are the two areas that we need to explore. Let's start with chat. And so what I'm going to do is just click Start Chat here. This should look similar to ChatGPT, but it's got some specific examples. So I'm going to go ahead and click this first one here, Analyze Mr. Beast Content Strategy. So what's different about Ideation Chat is that it can actually pull content from YouTube itself. So this is live YouTube data that it's pulling in, and you can see it's using YouTube channel lookup. This is a tool that it has access to. And right away, it's able to give me more specific information about Mr. Beast. Again, this is live YouTube data, a huge advantage right away over using ChatGPT. In addition to that, I can continue asking questions in this chat thread. I can mention specific YouTube videos, so I can just go ahead and put in a link to a specific YouTube video, which would look like this, and it would be able to pull in that specific video, including the transcript of the video, so that you could ask questions about the script itself, the packaging, and so on. Let's go ahead and get started with actually creating a new channel. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new chat thread here. I want to create a new channel. I have an idea. What I'm going to do is click this little button at the bottom here, and this is the prompt library. You can also get to it right here. So the prompt library is going to give you some ideas about what you can do with the chat interface in Subscriber. There's a few different categories. I'm going to click the new channel category here. I love this one as a first step. Create a new channel based on another channel as inspiration. So what I'm going to do is just click on this one. You can see it's already filled in the box here. It says, I want to create a channel similar to @channel name, but for topics. Analyze their most successful videos and suggest my first 3 video ideas using similar formats. Okay, now we need a channel to base this off of. A common one, especially with Facebook faceless creators that they like to use as inspiration, is Magnates Media. Now, this is a channel that focuses on business magnates, people who are at the top echelons of the entrepreneurial world, and there's long-form documentaries, or some people call them video essays. So let's say we want to create a channel similar to Magnates Media, but for AI companies. And so what I want to do is analyze Magnates Media's most successful videos and suggest the first 3 video ideas that I could create. My idea and goal for the channel is to grow a brand at the intersection of AI and YouTube. Give me a full channel blueprint. So let's go with this. First thing it's going to do is it's going to look up Magnates Media's channel so that I can understand what types of videos the channel creates, who the audience is for those videos. And you can see it's actually starting to break down the strategy for the channel. So this right here could take you so much time just understanding the general strategy. Even just glancing at Magnates Media's page here might take you a while to make some notes and assumptions about what they're actually doing. But with Subscriber, you're actually going to get this in seconds. So you can see it's got a really detailed analysis of the channel itself, and then it's offering up a new channel concept. And you can see here the first 3 video ideas. OpenAI's terrifying secret will change everything. Sam Altman's $86 billion AI mistake. This could be very interesting. And you can see it goes into detail about the positioning, the research strategy, monetization potential, and a ton of other things. One thing I want to do next is brainstorm some other channel names because I don't love this particular one. Let's see what it comes up with. Remember, it's going to remember the context of the conversation that we're having, so it'll give me some other options. Let's take a look at these. And I love AI Insider, but there is already a channel for that. AI Rebellion, I actually love that one. Okay, so let's go with AI Rebellion. And so I'm just going to tell that just so that the chat knows what we're doing here. And it's actually going to give me more information about this channel I could create, like maybe a color palette, the type of typography we might want to use. You can see how very quickly this would take you through the whole process. It's also giving me some ideas about the thumbnail strategy, some video concepts. And I really like this one that's a profile of Sam Altman, because if you look back at Magnates Media, in many cases, it is talking about specific people. Like here's one about Rockefeller. Let's go ahead and click on this video idea. Anytime you see that there's a light bulb here, you can click on it. This is an idea for a specific video. Okay, so we've got this idea, and what it's doing is basically thinking about what should the structure of this particular video be. And you can see it's almost like an outline. And from there, it's talking about like different angles you could take with it, where you could find research related to it, other potential title options, and so on. And then at the bottom, it says save script idea, Sam Altman's $86 billion AI mistake. Very quickly, we've gone from not even having a channel to like, we're ready to create our first script. But we do have one problem, which is that we haven't actually created a channel and subscriber yet. So there's nowhere to save this script idea to. So what I'm going to do is go to this channels tab right here and click add YouTube channel. And now I haven't created my own channel yet. So what I'm going to do is just type in Magnates Media here. And what it's going to do is create a new channel. And so what it's doing is creating like an audience avatar of, in this case, like a young professional. It's got demographic details. Again, this is the type of person who would watch this type of video. We're probably targeting a very similar audience. The other thing it's done is I'm going to click this voice tab. And the voice is going to help you create a specific style for your videos so that it will write more like you. And this will get populated based on analyzing the transcripts from that channel and then understanding the writing style, and it will create a custom style for you. So that's super important as well. Now let's go ahead and go back to the chat. Okay. And I'm going to go to the sidebar here because that's where my message history is. And I'm going to click Channel Blueprint for an AI-focused YouTube channel. And now that we've added that channel, I'm going to just copy this. I'm going to say save script idea and just drop it in there. What Subscriber is going to do now is take everything that we've put into this chat thread and is going to use it to actually save this to my channel itself. After this, we'll be able to go right into the full workflow for creating a script. So it says, I've created your script idea and saved it to your channel dashboard. To complete the setup, you'll need to select your desired length and confirm your credit usage. So let's go ahead and continue here. This has dropped me in a section of the application specifically for creating scripts. So I can get here from channels, and I'll click on my channel name, and then I can create a new script, or I can go with this one that's already been populated here. And if you look on the left, you see there's a video topic. So it's got a very detailed outline for this video, even mentioning like a target emotional response, a unique proposition. This is pretty incredible stuff. Now we want to make sure to choose documentary. It's already been highlighted, and we can pick a target length for the script. I like the idea of going with about 15 minutes for this one. Of course, you can go up to 60 minutes in length, and that's just going to vary how many credits are required in order to create a video up to that length. Now, if you have a video topic, you can enter it here. If you don't, it's no big deal because later on in the process, we'll have the ability to brainstorm more video titles. But I actually really like this one. That came from the chat. I think it's a great suggestion. Let's just leave it in there. All right, right here below, you shouldn't need to change this too often, but this is the audience. So this is like the audience avatar. Now we did base this on Magnates Media, but if we wanted to, we could tweak this a little bit specifically for our audience of AI enthusiasts, but I'm just gonna leave this as is for now. Okay, so let's complete the setup and start creating the script. All right, this is just a summary of everything that we've done so far. And on the left, you see there's this navigation bar. On this navigation bar, you want to work step by step from top to bottom. And when you're done, this is basically going to be your complete script that you can hand off to your voiceover artist. You can hand off to your editor in order to get that video fully created. So the next step is research. So I'm just going to click research here. And it says, add relevant research to improve your script's accuracy and detail. So here's the thing. You want to add some research in to ground the AI so that it knows exactly what you want to write about. AI models also don't necessarily have updated information. So if you're writing about a new topic, you want to add recent information. And there's a few ways you can do this. One way that you can do this is by clicking search web here. And I'm just going to look at these options. So it's giving me some ideas for like web searches I could do. Let's just click Sam Altman biography and career highlights. And it's working right now. It's doing a web search. And then I'll just be able to add some of these pages into the script itself. And this is going to make it more accurate and more detailed. So here's one. I could click on this and just see if it looks good. This does look quite detailed, so I'm just going to add this one in. Okay, there. And next thing I want to show you is we're approaching our limit of 5,000 words of research, so you can see them added up here. If you're doing a longer script or one that requires a lot of factual information, you want to provide a very healthy amount of research. So what I'm going to do is click increase limit, and this is just going to require a few more credits, but you can see it massively upgraded how many words I can add in research. So I'm going to go back to this web search. I've got some other ideas here. The OpenAI board coup, that's definitely something we want to cover because that was such a big deal last year. And so it's doing a web search on this topic. And the idea is that you would go step by step, not necessarily through all of these, but for the ones that you want to cover in this particular script, and you would keep adding research. I'd recommend adding definitely more than this. Let's go ahead and click this first one. I trust this website. And let's just add one more here. Okay. And again, you would keep doing this through several different aspects of the story that you are creating. You can also add links in. So if you have a specific link to a website that has details in it, you can add it there. You can add videos as well. So if you have a specific YouTube video, you can go ahead and add that in as an example, and it will retrieve the transcript and add that in as research. The other thing you can do is you can add text. So when you add text, this is if you have a PDF or if you have information on a website that for some reason subscriber is just not able to access, you can go ahead and put that in here. Okay, so now we're ready to move on, and we're going to go to the frame step. So the frame is the unique angle and the goals for the audience. The angle is basically like, how do we want to approach this story? And the goals are like, what will someone achieve? What will they learn? Or what will they feel satisfied by when they finish watching this video? So we're going to get some options that we can think about. And what this does is use proven storytelling structures in order to give you something that is going to hold a viewer's interest. So we've got a few options here: a rise, fall, and redemption, David versus Goliath, and a behind the curtain frame. I think I like the behind the curtain approach. Peels back the layers of OpenAI's carefully crafted public image to reveal the tumult reality behind the scenes. I like this one. Of course, if I didn't like any of these, I could say use an in media res storytelling structure, or I could say use a Pixar storytelling structure. And I could click generate and get more options. But I like this behind the curtain one, so I'm going to go with this. And let's go to the next step. So the next step is the title. Luckily, in this case, we already have a title that we really like. It's going to give us some other suggestions just in case there's other ideas we want to see. And some of these look quite good, but I really like the original one. So let's go with that. Okay. The next thing is the thumbnail. Now, a subscriber is not going to create AI generated thumbnails for you. What it's going to do is give you some ideas about the types of thumbnails you could create. Using this tool is optional. You don't have to pick any of these. Again, it's just a idea generator for you, but I'm going to go ahead and just click this one here, and let's move on to the all-important hook. So when you think about YouTube, the title and the thumbnail are so important. This is the packaging that gets the viewer into your video. And the hook, the role of the hook is to confirm that they are in the right place. You want to confirm what was in your packaging so that they know that if they watch this video, they're going to find out the answer to whatever mystery you had in the title and the thumbnail. So the hook is super important, obviously, because many viewers will drop off right away. Subscriber is going to give you a ton of different hook options. And if I click on each one, you'll see it's actually giving me different types of hook. So this is like a question or shocking statement. This one is a storytelling hook. This one is a preview hook, and so on. This is a super useful way to just brainstorm these things. If there's one in particular that you like, and you're like, I want to see more like this one. So you can just click this plus icon here. And what it's going to do is generate more hooks that are like this, so you can consider some other options. This kind of thing you can do in ChatGPT, of course, but Subscriber is going to make it a lot easier and more accurate based on the way that it handles the information that it's giving the AI to generate these suggestions. It's generating more here, but I really liked that first one. Let's just take a look at this. What if the fate of artificial intelligence came down to a single board meeting? I like this. Let's go with this one here. And then we will go to the next step. Okay, so the payoffs are the information that you're giving to the viewer throughout the video to keep them engaged. So this is the knowledge that they're going to obtain or the entertainment that they're going to feel throughout the video. The reason for choosing payoffs is if you are trying to make sure that the script covers specific points. So you don't have to pick payoffs from here, but based on the length of your script is going to recommend some specific number of payoffs that you could choose. This one here, how did a boardroom battle nearly destroy an $86 billion company? Yes, I want to talk about that. Why did OpenAI's own employees threaten mass resignation? Yes, I want to talk about that. How did Microsoft play a crucial role in Altman's return? Yes. So the idea is you can keep going through these and pick the ones that best frame the specific things that you want to include in the video. And then each section of the script is going to be focused on building tension towards understanding or receiving one of those payoffs. Now, let's go ahead and go to the draft page. The draft page is where you create the full outline for your script as well as generate the draft itself. But before you do that, there's a section here that says ready to write. Is your research complete? Okay, so again, research is super important for making sure your script is accurate and detailed. And it turns out that you can just click this little check research button And what it's going to do is give you feedback on the research on your script. And so in this case, it's telling me the areas that are well represented in the research I've added and some things that are potentially missing. So I could, if I wanted to add some of these things, I could go back to the research page and add them so that the script is going to be more detailed. Now you have one more option down here. You can either generate just the outline or generate the outline and the entire draft. You can go ahead and do both. The only reason I would suggest doing the outline is if you're someone who really likes to work step by step with the AI, whereas generating the outline and draft is going to write all the content at once and you can come back a few minutes later and see the results. So I'm just going to go ahead and click this. All right, it's a few minutes later and the outline and the draft of the script are ready. Let me show you around the draft page here. Up at the top, there's a menu bar and it says view, plan, research, or write. I'm going to go ahead and click plan because this is where I can see the full outline that we're working with. Below this section, you can see that there's individual cards for each section of the script. And what I can do is just click on the title here and it's going to collapse these. But if I open them, I can see that in each of these sections, it has a word count. So you can see the word count here. This is like a target word count. So we're doing 100 words for the intro and then 380 words for section 2. So I'm going to click on section 2 and you can see that this is basically an outline. It's talking about the hook for, this is like for this specific section of the script, as well as the setup and tension. Again, these are using YouTube best practices for engagement, and then building anticipation towards the resolution. And so this is the payoff for this particular section. So let's go ahead and click on right here. And you can see this is basically the draft for the entire script. If I scroll down, you can see that there's a draft for each section of the script. So each section of the script has its own outline, which again, you can see here, I'll click section 1. For section 1, it says write only the opening hook. And then for section 2, there's a much longer series of steps here. Now, if you want to change what is in the draft that's written, you can make your changes here and click generate draft. And what it's going to do is generate a new draft for this section based on the changes that you recommend. You can also see here that there's a channel voice setting. This would allow you to change your voice if you've created other ones, for example, based on writing samples that you've uploaded or based on other channels that you want to mimic their writing style. One more tab to look at here, which is the research tab. The research tab, what it does is essentially creates a custom research report for each section of the script. So it's taking all of the raw research that we put in on that research step over here, and it's pulled out the most interesting or useful facts for each section of the script. So if I look at the research report for section 2, it's talking about the rise of Sam Altman. So it's talking about when he was born, where he went to school, and so forth. You can see each of these is also referenced here. So if you want to double check that information. If I look at the research report for section 3, you can see it's quite a bit different. So again, it's pulling out facts from all of that research that we've provided, and it's tailored to each section of the script. Okay, so I can also update this information if there's specific research I want to add or want to take away. Anytime I do this, what I want to do is go back to the plan step and just click generate draft, and it will generate a new draft, which again, you can see on the right step here. So the idea is you can go all the way through section 4, all the way to the conclusion of the script. Now we have a great draft. But if you notice here, it says 542 words out of 383 words. And if you look at this last section, 233 words out of 100 words. Basically, we've got a script that's longer than our target. Now, why is that? Because we probably want to review the results and trim it down some to just the very best parts. Subscriber mimics the way a human scriptwriter would work. It turns out that works really well. So what we want to do is go to this next step here, which is called edit. It says your draft is done. Now let's make it better by reviewing and editing it. You can only do this once, so make sure you're satisfied with the overall structure and content of your draft before moving forward. So you can keep working on that draft step as long as you need to. So I'll go ahead and just go back to the draft step here. You can keep working on this as long as you need to make sure that you have the draft that you like for each section, keeping in mind that we're going to refine it as we go. Now, if you notice that there are some things that are not quite right, like maybe there are some details that are seriously missing from the script, you can go back to this research page here and add it. After you add that research, if it's like a major change in what the script might include, you could click this action thing here and you could click refresh research. And so what that's going to do is regenerate the research reports for each section of this script to include that new information that you've added. But what that doesn't do is actually rewrite each section of the script. So if you're just adding like one piece of information that might be useful in one section of the script, then this approach could totally work. But if you're making major changes to the structure of the script, or let's say you're like, I want to use a different frame. Once you've seen all of this, then you could go back to the frame step and pick a new frame, but that's going to affect the outline, right? That's going to affect the way this is written. So anytime you make major changes like that, what you want to do is go to actions here and click refresh outline. And what this is going to do is just take out this entire outline, this entire draft, and recreate it. So you would just click that here and it gives you a little confirmation. So you can use this if you make major changes. Otherwise, just keep working section by section. That was a quick detour, but now let's go back to edit. So let's get feedback on the script and see what we might be able to improve about it. It's going to take just a few seconds here. And not only is it going to give us feedback on the script, but it's also going to just go ahead and rewrite it for us. So up here at the top, it's giving some suggestions. It says, the script presents a comprehensive and engaging narrative about the board coup, effectively blending personal drama with technological stakes. However, there are some instances of repetitiveness, particularly in recounting his background. And so what it's done is found some opportunities that we could make this script better. And if I scroll down here, you'll see here's section 1. It's got some specific suggestions for section 1. And you can see that in red here, this is what was originally written. And in green, this is the proposed rewrite. So you can go section by section and choose whether to decline or accept. I just trust this. I'm sure it's right. Just click all edits and boom. Now you've got your edited script ready to go. It's ready to send to your team. And so how do you do that? Okay, let's go to this review step here. And this just is a preview of the thumbnail idea, the title that we chose. It's got the word count here. You can see in this case, the word count is a little bit low. Now, the reason why I suspect this is because we didn't add enough research. This is a fairly long script and we didn't add a lot. I was just to keep this video moving, I didn't go step by step to finding lots of thorough research. But if I had added that, it would have less repetition, more interesting facts to share, and likely the word count target would be right on point. If the word count target isn't quite on point, in the edit step, you can also just choose section by section which edits that you want to keep and which ones that you don't. Now we've got our scripts pretty much ready to go. What I can do is just click copy it, and this is going to copy it to the dashboard, or I can download it, and this will download it as a Word document, and I can send that on to my voiceover artist, or I can put it up on the screen if I'm using a teleprompter or just speaking out the script. And if I want to, I can also just click copy, like I said, and you can paste that right into a Google Doc. So now you have your script. If for any reason you want to just take all of the research reports as well, you can copy those. You can download the research reports. This is going to give you the outline too. So you'll have the entire outline for the script, which may be useful for your editors if they want to just know all of the points that we're hitting. And then lastly, there's this thumbnail idea. So you can click view brief. Let's just take a quick look at this. And what this is a page that you can send your thumbnail designer. And it gives them all the information that they'll need to create a thumbnail. So they've got the video title here. They can understand about the unique audience and the audience goals. If you picked a specific thumbnail idea that you like, it's listed here. They can also see all of the previous videos on this channel so they know that the style that you're trying to mimic. Again, this is just here to save you time if you're working with a thumbnail designer. So now we've gone all the way through the process of ideating a brand new channel, creating a script for that channel. We have gotten it to the point that we can start recording this video. It's got everything needed to move on to the next step. But once you're finished working with your voiceover artist or editor, you can click the publish button here. And what this is going to do is give you some options for a description that you can paste right into YouTube. So I can just click generate here, and it's going to look at the script and give me a description, again, that I can just paste right away. Super easy. You can do the same thing with tags. Tags are not really that important these days, but you can just go ahead and generate them if you want to add them. And you can see for the description, it's giving me a few different types, so I can pick which style that I like for my channel. If you're doing this one, you would definitely have to tweak the timestamps, but it gives you a pretty good starting point. The one thing that we didn't cover here is all the other things that you can do with Ideation Chat. In the prompt library here, there are 6 different sections right now. There's so much you can do with it. It's hard to describe everything in a single video, but I encourage you to play around with it. And it can really be your best friend, not only understanding how to create new content using inspiration from other channels, but also analyzing results. You could take 2 videos that were about the same topic and try and understand why one did better than another. I could take this video and compare it to another video about Netflix by just copying the URL and pasting it in, and comparing it to another video about the same topic and saying, how do I make an even better video than these based on what you know about these 2 videos? That's one way you can use it. If there's a channel where you see some videos doing much better than others, what you can do is you could copy these 2 video URLs, for example, and paste them in to Ideation Chat and just say, why did this video go viral and this one not? And it will give you some specific ideas for that. So it's a super powerful tool. The more you use it, the more you will understand the benefits of it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've gotten some value out of it. The last thing I want to point out is the fact that we've seen tons of results from this tool. So a lot of people are skeptical about AI script writing, but what I want to share is that there are many customers of Subscriber who have gotten 500,000 view, million view videos using Subscriber. Some of those channels are just creating the script with Subscriber and editing it and publishing it straight to their channel. Others use Subscriber as a starting point, maybe get them about 80% of the way there, and then they're hand tweaking it before posting. Ideation Chat is also a huge time saver. It's a relatively new tool, but the reviews are pouring in. This is a insanely good platform. There's tons of value because when you consider the pricing, you're talking $5, $6, $7 per script. To pay a human script writer of questionable quality, you might be paying on the order of $50, $100 or more per script. So this is a huge time saver. That structured process incorporated with YouTube best practices is just an absolutely great way to create your channel. I am the founder of Subscriber. You can reach me anytime by using the little help bubble at the bottom of the website, or you can join the Discord and just reach out to me anytime. I am happy to talk with you. Thanks again for your time and hope you give Subscriber a try. Visit us at subscriber.ai. Thank you.